Hey, it's Lingerie from Social Media Bomb, and I want to talk to you about something I've been hearing a lot about lately, and that's the discussion on whether or not to niche in your coaching business. Now, I have some pretty strong views about this, so I'm going to go through them today. And I've actually been putting together a webinar where I've talked about this, so I just wanted to show you some slides that I put together that might help you get your head around a bit more about whether or not you should niche within your online coaching business. Now, these days, a lot of people are saying they don't need a niche. But believe me when I tell you that pretty much everyone has a niche, just some people's niches are broader than others and they may not kind of realize that they have niched down a little bit. Now, while not really niching down might work well in organic social media where you're talking to people one-on-one and you're actually getting a chance to address people and they can ask you questions and they're giving you a bit of a time to talk about what you're actually doing and you might be able to get clients that way. Once you get to paid marketing strategies and attraction marketing strategies, not having a niche just doesn't work at all. And in fact, if you don't niche down to a point where you are talking to your client and their pains and frustrations, then you're going to waste a lot of money with paid marketing. So if you don't know who your niche is, if you don't have a niche and you don't know who you're talking to and you can't nail in exactly who your avatar is, because your avatar and your niche are linked. Your avatar's pain and frustrations, their goals and their dreams will be affected by the niche that you're targeting that they are in. If you don't have a niche, you don't have a voice. Your pencil is blunt. When you're talking about how you can help people, nobody is listening because you aren't talking to them, you're talking too broadly. And what I mean by your pencil is blunt, it's something that Steph and I talk about in our coaching business boomers when we teach people to sharpen their pencil, because when you write with a blunt pencil, people can't read your writing. And by really niching into your avatar and knowing who they are and what the hopes and dreams are, it's like you're sharpening your pencil. And the more you have about these people, and the more you understand them and you really know them from the inside out, the sharper your pencil is going to get so that your message is clearer and your writing is clearer. So that's what we're talking about with that. Now, people who truly don't have a niche, this is who they're marketing to. So basically, they're marketing to everybody. But Dan Kennedy, who's one of the great marketers of our time, said, if you're marketing to everyone, you're marketing to no one. And that is what happens when you don't have a niche. So I had a client who is she's a psychologist and a therapist, and she wanted to help everybody. And we were working with her, and she had like 4 different niches that she wanted to go for. So she was niching down, but she had 4 different niches. So it's kind of like saying I don't have a niche. And she wanted to help people who were anxious and people who were stressed and people who were depressed and people who had weight loss. And then she also did success coaching. But what basically happened is that when she was trying to do Facebook posts or trying to put anything together for her market, one, she was having to recreate the wheel all the time for each different niche, but 2, when she was talking, people didn't know who she was talking to and they're confused. And one of the things that's really big in marketing that you have to understand is a confused person will always say no. If they don't know that you're talking to them, they're not going to be interested anyway. So imagine if this really was your niche, if this really was your target market. I mean, what would you say to them to get them to listen to? What would you do to get their attention? I mean, it's basically like standing up on a chair in a shopping market and yelling out, let me help you. Everyone's just going to ignore you and think that you're a loony and that they don't need help, all right? Because you're not actually talking to them and you're not talking to them about their specific pains and frustrations. Now, let's niche down a tiny little bit more. Let's say that you choose women as your target market. So now we've got women. That's a start. So now you can tailor your message more talking about women. You can talk more about how women talk and the language that they might use. So you're starting to talk more to them and to sharpen your pencil a little bit. But still, let's face it, they're still going to be confused and they're not going to know what you could do for them. So let's go down a little bit further. Let's go down to women whose interest is weight loss. So now we're niching down further. So that's great. So now we can talk to women who want to lose weight, and suddenly you have something to talk to them about, something that's going to get their interest. But let's keep going. So now we're going down. We're going to niche down to women whose interest is weight loss, but who are aged between 50 and 64. So now we're looking at probably post-menopausal women who are really starting to struggle to lose weight. And now you can talk to them about their pains and frustrations, not just with weight loss, but with how their age and how their hormone changes has affected their ability to lose weight. So now you're really starting to get them to prick their ears up and to listen. But let's take it one step further. Okay, so now we're talking to women who want to lose weight, who are postmenopausal, and they want to do it without exercise. They don't want to think about the fact that they have to go to the gym every day for the rest of their life, or they have to go running, or they have to do things. And they might, let's face it, they might have joint issues. They might have other issues that stops them from being able to exercise. So now you've got a highly targeted audience of people who are going to sit up and listen when you start talking about how they can lose weight, postmenopausal, and without exercising. And now you've got people coming to you wanting you to help them because they can see that you are the person to help them with their exact problem that they have. So you can see how by niching down here, we have sharpened our pencil right up. We've got a loud voice now. People aren't confused about what we can do for them or who we're trying to help. This is what I've created called the niche paradigm. In reality, I mean, you don't even have to choose between sexes for your niche. You can niche down in any market. So basically, this is what I call the niche paradigm. And I think that the reason that people don't want to niche down, especially coaches, because they're so intent on wanting to help so many people, the reason they don't niche down is because they don't want to miss people. They don't want people to miss out. They don't want to think that they could, not helping someone that they could. And while that's true, if you do niche down, there are going to be people that you could help with your skills and with your talents that you're not going to. You're going to help less people if you don't niche down because you're not going to be signing up people. And let's face it, if you're working with all different sorts of people and all different sorts of fields and things, then the programs that you're creating and the offers that you're creating aren't going to be as good. They're not going to be as dynamic, and they're not going to be as wonderful as they're going to be for the people that you're going to help if you do niche down. So I hope that that's helped you a little bit. If you want to talk about how we could possibly help you niche down, if you have trouble with your niche, with your messaging to your niche or your offer to your niche, then I'd love to offer you a chance to jump on a call with either Steph or myself for us to go through what we call a strategy session, where we spend 45 minutes with you going through your business to talk to you about how we can help you within your business and how we can give you clarity within what you're doing in your online coaching business. So there should be a link below this video. If you are interested in jumping on, just click that link and go to our calendar, and we'll see you soon.